Hi friends, I'm ready for another Three Little Pigs variation. This one is called The Three Little Aliens and the Big Bad Robot. It was written by Margaret McNamara and the illustrations are by Mark Fearing. Remember while you're listening to be thinking about how the author chose to change the story and how they kept it the same. We can already notice that there is a change in the characters. There are still three characters, but they are not pigs or fish now. They are aliens, and there's still a big bad character. But it's not the wolf, it's not the shark, now it's a big bad robot. So let's see what other changes were made in the story. The Three Little Aliens and the Big Bad Robot. Once there was a mama alien who had three little aliens. They were called Bork, Gork, and Nixelchus. Bork, Gork, and Nixelchus grew up in an old-fashioned house in a snug, cozy crater on a tiny little planet. As the eons passed, their house got too crowded. It's time for you to go out into the universe and find a planet of your own, their mama told them, giving each a hug. But remember, watch out for the big bad robot. It wants to chew you up. So Bork, Gork, and Nixelchus took off. Bye, Mama, they cried. Bye, kids, she shouted back. Always stick together, she added. Then she sniffed a little. And call me every once in a while. The three little aliens traveled far and fast. There's a cute planet, said Bork. Too hot, said Nixelchus. How about that one, asked Gork. Too crowded, replied Nixelchus. They darted around a meteor. Are we there yet? Asked Bork. Just past the next bend, a big planet swirling with dust loomed into view. Bork spotted a shiny space rover zipping around its mountains and plains. Awesome, she said. I'm going to live in that. Ma said to stick together, said Nixelchus. But Bork had already zipped too far away to hear. Nixelchus and Gork traveled on. Nixelchus didn't like the looks of the next planet either. Nowhere to breathe, he gasped. Picky, picky, Gork said. Then, just ahead, he spied a giant planet with huge golden rings around it. He jumped on a passing satellite and caught a ride on a ring. Whee! He squealed. This is what I call home. We can't live on a ring that goes around in circles, yelled Nixelchus. We'll get dizzy. But Gork wasn't paying any attention. Now, Nixelchus was all alone. He traveled deeper and deeper into space until he spotted a massive blue planet far out in the galaxy. It had 13 moons and refreshing breezes. This faraway place is where I'll build my home, he said. It will be safe from the big bad robot. Nixelchus found everything he needed to make sturdy walls. He gathered stardust to keep his home bright and found solar panels to keep it warm. Then he grabbed a tall, shiny telescope. This'll do for a chimney, he said, though no one heard him. Rock by rock and row by row, Nixelchus built the perfect house. When he was finished, he sat down and locked the door. His house was not very zippy or cool, but it was very safe. And there was room enough for all three little aliens. I hope they come to visit soon, said Nixelchus. Then, one galactic dawn, there was a rumbling in the universe. Greet, boing, meep, beedilly, deep, ork, eep. It was the big, bad robot. Bork was so busy on her swirly red planet that she couldn't hear the robot's call. She didn't feel its giant footsteps as it leapt from star to star. And she didn't see the robot until it was right in front of her rover. Little alien, bleeped the robot. Pull over, pull over. Not by the wheels of my rusty space rover, cried Bork bravely. Then I'll crack and smack and whack your house down, leaped the robot. And just like that, the robot cracked and smacked and whacked Bork's shiny rover into 100 pieces. Great boink meat, beedily deep, orky beep. As fast as the speed of sound, Bork jetted away, the robot close behind her. Just as the robot was about to eat her up, she spotted Gork's satellite house. Gork, Gork, help me, she cried. But Gork was having so much fun surfing on the rings of his giant planet that he didn't hear Bork's cries. He didn't see the robot chomping on comets and ripping open black holes until the big bad robot caught Gork's satellite in his huge metal claw. Little alien, it branked. Come out of hiding. Not by the orbit of this ring I'm riding, cried Gork stoutly. Then I will shatter and clatter and scatter your house down, grunked the robot. And before Gork could fly beneath the radar, that robot clattered and scattered and shattered Gork's satellite into 1,000 pieces. Great boink, Bork, deep meat, beedily eep eep eep. Gork barely escaped. Over here, called Bork, stick together. At the speed of light, Bork and Gork blasted out into space, with the big bad robot getting closer all the time. Where can we hide? Asked Gork. Let's find Nicholas, cried Bork. He'll know what to do. Nicholas had heard the robot's roar. He had seen what was going on with his brother and sister through his telescope, and he was ready. He flashed his solar panels halfway across the universe. There he is, cried Bork and Gork, and they zoomed to Nicholas's house as fast as a hurtling asteroid. Get inside, cried Nicholas. No time to waste. Uh-oh. Look who's coming up behind him. Now, if this story is like the other stories, do you think the robot's going to be able to smash third house? Let's see. No sooner had Bork and Gork slammed Nicholas's solid space rock door than they heard the robot rumbling. Little alien, he quaked. Let me come in. Not by the slime on my chinny chin chin, cried Nicholas. Then I will smack and crack and whack your house down, zeeped the robot. The big bad robot bashed and crashed Nicholas's strong, solid house. Nothing happened. Then it pounded and smashed really hard. Not a crack. Then it loaded up its triple blaster and zapped that house but good. That house would not fall down. So the robot forced its way into the little alien's house right down the chimney. Creep-a-deep. The aliens covered their ears and waited for the robot to chomp them up. But halfway down the telescope, that robot got stuck tight. It strained and it struggled, it moaned and it groaned. Nicholas's house shook and shuddered. But did it fall down? It did not. The robot gave one more mighty cry and burst into 1,000,000 pieces. Cool, said Bork. Awesome, said Gork. Just as I planned, said Nicholas. There's just one thing missing, said Bork. Phone home, said Gork. So Nicholas did. Ma, he said, we have the coziest house in the galaxy. Won't you come over and tuck us in? And she did. I hope you liked that silly robot story. Think about how it was the same and how it was different. And believe it or not, I have a couple more variations that I will read you over the next couple of days. Thanks for joining me. Bye, guys.